Thank you, Alex, so much for all that great information on getting active and being stress-free. All right, I'm sure I'm not alone when I say that my brain is my #1 asset as a student. I mean, depending on the chemicals it is producing or exposed to, pretty much depicts how well I do on my studies and exams. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how the chemicals of a stressed brain affects our nutrition choices and how we could choose the right chemicals through foods in order to protect our brain from stress. So how does stress affect our food choices? Well, studies have shown that both acute and chronic stress actually impair the part of our brain for logical decision making. This means that your brain pretty much just goes on autopilot and it has you choosing foods like muffins and french fries instead of ones that are actually good for you. To illustrate this, a study published in the Psychosomatic Journal of Medicine found that students who had to create a 4-minute speech to be critiqued by their peers ended up choosing foods that were high in fat, sugar, and salt. Not only that, but they ended up overeating, which indicates that we may not be only choosing bad foods, but overeating them, which can increase our susceptibility to get chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Okay, that sounds pretty bad, right? But I think we've all been there at some point. Stress eating is nothing new. The good news is that we are actually in control if we understand the effects of stress. Science has shown that we can help minimize or eliminate stress before it even gets started if we choose the right foods. When your brain is stressed, it produces a bunch of free radicals, which not only can cause brain fog, but messes with your DNA and can trigger a number of human diseases. To counteract these free radicals, we have to eat foods rich in antioxidants. The antioxidants actually come in and mop up those free radicals, kind of like when you have a cleanup on aisle 3 and prevents them from causing our brain harm. The best antioxidant-rich foods, according to WebMD, are those which come from the earth and are super colorful. This includes purple grapes, blueberries, red berries, carrots, green leafy dark vegetables, and just about any colorful fruit or vegetable. The last thing I want to note, though, is that when our brain is stressed, so is our ability to control our blood sugar, which is actually really detrimental for not only our brain and our mental acuity, but for our nerves in general. So to help combat this, it is very important that you not only eat those trusty vegetables, but you try to eat whole grain, fiber-rich foods such as beans, whole grain oatmeal, and brown rice. Also, try to avoid overconsumption of fruits. Even though they have antioxidants, they are high in sugar, and sugar is sugar. It still affects the brain the same way. Alright, so next time you feel like you're going on autopilot as a result of stress, try not to panic. Try to avoid those stress-inducing foods and choose something more sustainable, like fruits and vegetables and whole grains. Your brain will thank you, and your performance is bound to improve as a student. Alright, I'm going to pass the apple over to Fleur-de-Lise now. She's going to talk to us about time management and stress. Here you go, girl.